Hey folks, if you have wandered here, I'm guessing you're starting to think about your summative essay. Your summative essay is based off of one of the blogs that you've completed. So you've already started this thinking. You're not writing a completely new idea. I don't want you to start from scratch on something. I want you to take an angle on your independent study novel that you've already taken. I will have given you indication in your blog 2 feedback which blog I think is better suited for an essay. But the end decision is up to you. I'm just giving a suggestion, so you can pick the essay that makes sense to you. So I'm just going to scroll down to where you guys likely are, which is right here. All right, the essay. So once you've finished your 2 blogs and read the feedback, you can start. So you could start your essay today. You could start it Friday. You could do it over the weekend. But the most important thing is it's due on Monday at 11:59. It's going to be really hard for me to mark it if you give it to me later than that. So I would not suggest trying to get an extension on that essay. What I want you to do is I want you to write me an essay that's about 1,000 words. So to put that in perspective, that's about 4 pages double spaced. So I'm guessing it's going to be similar to the essay that you wrote me in activity or in Unit 3. What it needs to have, it needs to be a formal essay. So it needs to be an MLA style for sure. It needs to look like an MLA essay. It needs to have a works cited because you're going to be referencing your independent study novel. If you want to reference anything outside, like you found something that someone said that is just like perfect and you want to cite it, go for it. It needs to have direct references in the text and in the works cited. It should be in paragraphs and sentences. Basically, you're showing me the best essay that you can write. You'll notice that the rubric is pretty much exactly like the mini essay rubric and the essay rubric from Unit 3. So we're not doing anything different here. One of the exceptions is there's no reflection on this essay, so you won't see a W4 here. And in its place, you have a reading for meaning. So this is going to be where I put, do I think you actually understood your book? So that is what this one's going to mean. So a couple of places that I want you to check before you start writing this essay, because you're going to have to tweak your blog. Your blog is written in informal language probably. It's not organized in an essay style. You may or may not have had a thesis. So the first place I want to show you is a familiar place, one that we were just at, which is the content page for Unit 4 Activity 1. So there it is if you're going back to it. These green underlined things is where I would start once I had chosen which blog I was going to do. So I would try and make sure to get some of these ideas into my essay, especially if you are doing reader response. A reader response essay is, I would argue, the hardest of the essays to write, because you're used to doing reader response, but you're not used to looking through a reader response lens. So you're not used to using words like blanks or implied reader or interpretive community. So I would just be careful. In regards to feminism, there are some terms here that are pretty useful. Patriarchy, heterosexuality, proformity is my favorite one, and then post-colonial. I'm noticing from your blogs that a lot of people aren't tackling post-colonial. So if you are going to tackle it, shoot me a page and I can give you some more resources. So step 1, check out this stuff. Write them down. Write down these little black pop-outs here so you know what they mean, and use them in the explanation part of your analysis. So you tell me what you think from your blog, you give me the page number and the example from your blog, then you got to explain it a little bit. So try and bring this stuff into your explanation, and you'll likely, if you do it well, get a level 4 or higher. This is what I'm going to want to see. You're not going to get a 4+ unless this stuff is in here. So if that's what you're shooting for, this is the bar. The other place that I want you to check, and you might have checked already, is the My Precious Resources page. Everything that I've found that is problematic in your work from the beginning of the course, I've put it on this page. So I would definitely be checking out what an MLA essay should look like, because some of you got it and some of you don't. If you need a graphic organizer to write this essay and just looking at a blank page is not going to work for you, this is a good one. There are some essay exemplars here. So if you want to look at what a level 4 essay is, it's on page 30. If you don't transition your quotes, if you just plunk them in a sentence of their own, I've probably mentioned it. This is a really good website to help you with that. If I've mentioned you need help with your in-text citations, there's a couple of short videos here to help you out with this. This is more basic, so if you start reading this and you're like, duh, then just stop and go to this one. There's also some stuff about writing in general. If I talk about grammar, like your grammar could improve, if your citation could improve, these are some sources to help you. If you like the semicolon but you don't know how to use it, I've probably mentioned that. This is the gold. There's one about archetypes, one about feminism, and one about post-colonialism. I would read these articles if you want to get a better sense of what these things are and how to best bring this out in your essay. You shouldn't need anything about media creation, and you shouldn't need anything about literary devices. So you can start the essay at any time. If you want to run something by me, go for it. Shoot me a page. But I'm not seeing any of the process work on this task. This is your chance to fly and show me what you know. So I'm going to be leaving you to it. I'll give you a little help along the way if you need it, but I'm definitely not going to be reworking your entire essay or going through your whole essay for grammar. That's not the point of the summative. So I hope that makes sense, and we will talk to you later.